So first, can you explain to our viewers what exactly is RebelMouse?
Yes. So RebelMouse is a social curation and publishing platform. The idea is that people are getting really good on Twitter, and they're getting really good on Facebook, and they're getting very embarrassed with their websites. And RebelMouse solves that. Mm-hmm. So by being good on Twitter and Facebook, you should have an amazing news site, and it should be a social news site that surfaces your community. The act of tweeting a link is really an act of curation, mm-hmm. and what RebelMouse does is make that hyper efficient. So when you join RebelMouse, you can create RebelMouse front pages for any of the things that define you. So that might be one for yourself as a person. It might be one for a company you run or you're involved in. It might be a passion for pugs or sailing, and that's your hobby site. Yeah. But it's been up to, before RebelMouse, it's way too hard to do a beautiful front page and a beautiful site. The way Pinterest and the way a lot of things that are pure tech companies sort is by, like, your blog is reverse cron, mm-hmm. or the most recent thing you posted is just always at top. And what RebelMouse allows you to do is move things around on the page and edit their headlines and invite other people on. So it becomes a way better way to define who you are, whether that's you as a company or you as a person or the passion that you're trying to develop. A lot of people would come to me as CTO of HuffPost for advice, and that might have been because they were a friend of Ariana's or Eric's or Kenny's or however else they found me, and they would say it was so clear that it's way too hard to do something that a ton of people want to do. So Megan Barry, who does the social media for RebelMouse, was the community manager of Cloud. She was employee number 4 at Cloud. And the Cloud community, particularly then, was really strong and really vibrant. And she could never, from her WordPress and Blogger.com and all those things, do the things she really wanted to do and bring out the community. And Cloud could never focus developer time on fixing that. And they shouldn't, because they should be developing their core product. So it was during the time when I knew I was not going to, that I knew I was transitioning out of AOL, that it became really clear in my mind that this was something that I feel like I knew how to solve for a massive amount of people. I actually reserved that domain like 5 years ago. Limoland is a clothing company that I started liking around the time that I chose the name. And later I realized that, oh my God, maybe that was getting in my head because it's like a little rebel mouse. But really, it's very memorable. Like if we were in a loud party and I say, email me, Paul at RebelMouse, 9 out of 10 actually don't say, what? Can you spell it? How is it? And you, fuck. No, they get it, they hear it. Paul at RebelMouse? Yes. And so you can spell it when you hear it. You remember it later, which is important. And I think that it's a nice mix of being humble but ambitious. And with the labs companies, I've been testing a lot, and we did it with RebelMouse too. There are names which for some reason engender a positive reaction. The other thing is that I found that for some mysterious reason, what is it, FOMO, fear of missing out?
I'm not sure.
FOMO is the phrase. A good name should trigger FOMO, the fear of missing out. And RebelMouse, when I would ask people, what do you think about RebelMouse? They forgot that I was asking them about a company name I'm contemplating, and they thought that I was asking them about something like Instagram that they should have known about already. So I would see them be like, I think I heard about it. It's really cool, right? And so anyway, we'll see. There are some problems with the name. I don't think they're very big ones, but I think it may be harder to get the Obama campaign to join RebelMouse than it would have been if it was something else. One is that we're going to power people's domains. So you can say, I'd like it to be social.mycompany.com or just mycompany.com, whatever it is, subdomains or domains for businesses and individuals. We want to power domains. We also want to have front pages be embeddable and any story be embeddable. And then we also want follow dynamics on the site. And so you are actually, without having announced it anywhere else right now on the site, if you do have friends on Facebook or people you follow on Twitter who are on RebelMouse, then there is a module already live that is just quietly there as of yesterday that says following on RebelMouse, and you start to see your friends on RebelMouse. So, but that is going to be taken to a whole next level. So we have web views that are working now for mobile, but the next generation of those are coming soon, and the native iOS app will be first, and then we'll do Android after. Very high on the list is Instagram, but Gmail is one we're also working on, and definitely Tumblr, and it turns out that RSS in general would be very useful for a lot of different scenarios. So Google Plus, absolutely, and even though it doesn't have a full API, there is enough in what they have exposed for us to do a really awesome integration. So it's just week 3. I think it's going to take probably a year to get everything that's in my head now out.
So you think the official release will be within a year?
Oh, I can't wait that long. So yeah, so I think probably through this summer I'm going to work out all the absolute key things and keep it on waiting list until all that is really together. And then as we move into fall is when I have full